some real talk. Give me some of that real talk.
Today's Real Talk, 3:06 on this Monday, the show focusing on all things North Carolina real estate, business, and life. Justin Ckezepis, Bill is on the sticks behind the scenes, and I'm just continuing to mess with him because I enjoy doing that as we get to spend every day together. Mortgage rates, what are they at? Are we within the range of buying? Are we there yet? You know, I didn't realize this, but Google, you can literally just Google real estate mortgage rates, and it's like a built-in Google like kind of little calculator that pops up here and tells you your rate. So looking at let's say on December 15th, as of December 15th, a loan amount, $300,000. We'll just put in a number just for fun. $300,000 loan amount, down payment 20%. We're going to make you put that 20%, no PMI. We're going to make you put 20 in this hypothetical scenario. It's even asking me credit score. Let's say your range is 700 to 719. 30-year fixed rate that Google is saying right now, the average 30-year fixed rate, 7.488%. Just south of 7.5. Are we ticking back down? The chart looks like it. What was the top of this chart here? I'm looking at top of the chart for 30-year fixed back in October. Looks like it was about the top, about 8.5 to 8.75. That looks like where the top was of this mortgage chart that Google has put out. I make no endorsement of this chart. I have not reviewed the tedious calculations that go into the AI algorithm data that gets pumped into this thing. Average 30-year fixed mortgage, though, as of Friday, $300,000 loan amount, 20% down, credit score of just north of 700, 7.5%. I think we're ticking back down, though. Fed showed signs last week saying, we're not going to raise anything right now. Calming everybody down. Market reacted swiftly and quickly. That was what, Wednesday into Thursday, I think, give or take? Somewhere in that ballpark. Well, we'll see what that affects with real estate. I don't think there's really much inventory still. I think that's the root of the problem. You look at Mecklenburg County. Let's jump over to WSICnews.com. You got the real estate market reports on there. Average active list price for residential property in Mecklenburg County still showing $672,000. I don't see that as going down at all. I mean, okay, maybe a couple of bucks. Let's say the average active list price last week was $675 instead of $672. That's swinging you that much? That's swaying your decision-making ability? And let's be honest, the only reason why is because the house that was at $675 already sold. Now there's less inventory on the market. There's not more at lower prices. 3,500 active listings, residential listings. And then I started looking at this other chart, which is really cool about these market reports. Again, WSICnews.com. You can just click on real estate or just scroll down on the homepage. And there you've got market reports broken out by county. I see here comparing the 2022 and 2023. So Mecklenburg County average price, and this kind of chart uses October back in data because it's got to finish some months and then it wants to let some time go for correction, things like that. So looking at October 2023 compared to October 2022, well, October 2023, $541,000 the average, $517,000 the average in 2022. But wait a second, here's the thing. It's gone up since October because the real-time data right now of average active price for residential property is $672. So we've gone up. We've just continued to go up here continuously. And that makes for interesting dinner conversation, I guess. Well, son, are you ever going to buy a property? You ever going to go for the American dream and seek out ownership of a home? Lay roots, have a family. Yeah, working my way there. I appreciate it. I love the story of when rates were 18%. I do enjoy that story. It's a good story. And look, hey, it's relative. It's relative to wages. I told you, wages and spending. Those are the only two dynamics that matter in the entire economy. I mean, there's more. If you want the deep dive on the economy, you got to listen to Joshua Dovey, host of Dollars and Cents, every Thursday from 4 to 5 p.m. Here, I just get to make stuff up about real estate. Panthers, what a game sellout weekend. Did you see it? It was packed. The city was raging. It was astronomical, the numbers. Number one attendance record in all of the NFL history since documentation. Pretty incredible. Panthers are on the right track. You can listen to them every Sunday because the remaining games are Sundays here on WSIC. and we continue to be part of that sellout crowd that was there yesterday. It was just amazing. Got a good W under the belt at a vital time in the season, too. There's still hope, right? I mean, mathematically, there's still hope of us disrupting. I'm not saying we're going to make the playoffs, but we can still disrupt. Got the Green Bay Packers coming up this Sunday. And then I think it's Jacksonville. And then I think the Bucks. I'm just memorizing the schedule at this point. That's my guess. Either way, we could still be not in last place in the NFC South. Maybe. Don't know. Time will tell. Time will also tell about real estate. 844-STUDIO-4. That's the number if you want to be part of the conversation. 844-788-3464. Iredell County. I did find this interesting. There's a crossover on price as far as compared to 2022 to 2023. In October 2022 compared to October 2023, the price was higher of the average active list price. I still think that relates to inventory. Who's willing to sell and leave right now? Like, are people begging? Like, are you still getting the phone calls, the letters? Hello, I am Investor John, and I have an investor in addition to me who would like to buy your house. Enclosed within this letter is a single-page document outlining the terms that you could agree to today. If you just sign at the bottom of this line right here, within 12 days, I'll hand you cash. And don't ask what the value is and what you really think your property's worth. Just sign the bottom of the letter. And then I've even enclosed for you a prepaid envelope to which you can return it to me. And I will have a gray area amount of time to investigate the sale. And then if I decide to, I will buy it. If I hear about one of you signing that letter that you get in the mail from the random investor with the signature line without asking any questions of anybody, I don't know if we can be friends anymore. I mean, I'd still be your friend. I've made terrible decisions in my life as well. Just some though. Is that the unforgivable sin? No, I don't think that is. Just don't sign it. Talk to somebody first. It's good to call a friend. The Regis Philbin. He died, didn't he? Didn't Regis Philbin die? Or is he still alive? He died. I think he died. Top-notch journalism around here. That's what we do. We throw out random statements. I'm pretty sure Regis and Kelly? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. 844-STUDIO-4. What's Regis Philbin up to these days? Sad times. Lincoln County's still been up only too. I mean, Lincoln County is continuing to appreciate in price. Average active residential price for listings in Lincoln County, $526,000. Shout out to Lincoln County for growing. All of them. Everybody's growing around here. You excited about the transportation dollars? The grants? The $1 billion grant for the train from Richmond to Raleigh. And then you've also got some investigations going on, some studies. Charlotte out to Atlanta. Because if there's one team that might spark something in you more than the Panthers, it might be Atlanta. Might be a Falcon. Also enjoyable to watch. And really, this is what the NFL, if you watch any sports program today, they talk about continuously how top-notch the NFC South is compared to all the other divisions. Is divisions even the right word? Yeah, that's what it's about. More real estate talk coming back.
WSIC Community Calendar. From December 24th through January 1st, WSIC will be playing Christmas music all day. And we can't forget about the last few Panthers games of the season. See you in 2024. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and cheers to the new year from all of us at WSIC. Celebrate Kane Center for the Arts' first anniversary gala, along with Broadway star Mandy Gonzalez. Dinner and a show, January 6th at Kane Center for the Arts. You may remember Mandy Gonzalez from her roles in Hamilton and Wicked. This is a black tie optional celebration. All-inclusive tickets include dinner and the show. Happy anniversary, Kane Center. Visit kanearts.org. That's CAIN arts.org. Want to see more than 5 million Christmas lights at one time? Speedway Christmas is back. Happening daily, the amazing Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway is happening now through January 7th. The show is open 6 to 10 p.m., rain or shine. The infield Christmas Village is open Thursday through Sunday nights. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway, now through January 7th. For tickets, visit charlottemotorspeedway.com. Santa is here. Schedule your time to take pictures between now and Christmas Eve in Burkdale. Appointments include time with Santa and 8 digital images from the professional photographer. For more info and to schedule your time with Santa, visit burkdalevillage.com. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
And now look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Sunny skies today, highs near 53 degrees. Wind gusts hanging around all day, 25 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies with lows around 25 degrees. Still windy overnight, 30 miles per hour wind gusts. And your Tuesday, sunny skies, highs near 43. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Proud to be a part of your holidays. WSIC.
Now more of today's real
Today's Real Talk. The show focused on all things North Carolina real estate, business, and life. Who was that saucy weather guy on today? Who is that joker coming in, taking over the weather, acting like 40 degrees is okay in North Carolina? Wait for that first snow. I am excited for snow. I'm calling it. I think, the rule of Drum is two good snows. Right? That's his anticipation. Jason Drum Landscape Supply. That is his anticipation for the season. Should I go for one more? Should I claim it's going to be 3? I think it's going to be 3. I'm not a meteorologist. Don't look after me on that one. In the Christmas season, all the movies come out. A Christmas Story. Would you believe me if I told you in 2004, the house from A Christmas Story was purchased for $150,000 on eBay? Absolutely wild. William is on line 1. William, it is great to hear from you, sir.
I just want to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and everybody at WSIC. We appreciate you as listeners as well as y'all appreciate us callers.
Merry Christmas, William. How's your uncle doing? How's the family?
Well, it's going to be different this year with my best friend. She's holding hands with Jesus, and that's what's getting me through right now. But
I'm sorry, my brother.
My uncle just had his closing last week.
Congratulations. Is it here in North Carolina?
Well, not yet. He's still tying up some loose ends, and typically after the closing you have like 30 days to vacate. So I guess he's going to use part of that anyway to try to tie up some loose ends and get some things in order and everything. But he's looking about probably the first part of the year, first part of January.
Well, excited
and
about
he's
it.
Still leaking. Yeah, I'm glad to get him out of South Miami because it's just too overpopulated down there.
What's going on with real estate in South Miami? Did he make out pretty well or what?
Yeah, I think he got what he wanted. He got what he had it listed for, so he got that. And it's Miami. What else can I say? Because things are just totally different down there versus what it is up here. I guess the demand or the popularity or whatever you want to call it plays in a key factor into Miami versus what it is up here.
People think there's a lot of people here. They should go down to Miami for a little bit and see how many people are down there.
Well, you got what the older folks that go down, as my dad used to call them, snowbirds. the people that were from New York and up in there, they would go down to Miami for the winter months, and then they would go back to New York when summertime would come for for all practical, like a 6-month deal, a 6-month, not like a timeshare, but a 6-month lease or whatever. They would have something down there in Miami and stay down there for 4, 5, 6 months and then go back to New York. But my uncle's wanting to get up here permanent. He's had enough of it. He's lived down in Miami the better half of his life, so he's tired. He's ready to get up here, and I'm glad because it'd be closer to his sister, my mother, and that'll be good because they're like two peas in a pod. They really get along.
Do you take part into the festivities during Christmas of watching A Christmas Story? That one's on 24 hours a day on Christmas. Do you watch that, William?
I have. I don't know what we're going to do this year. It's just going to be real hard because there's someone missing. But I want to try to get the grandchildren and sit them down. And of course, they know the story and Jesus and all that. But we want to try to get together and do something. We've already done earlier this year. We've already done like a balloon release and stuff like that, and we may do something like that again. I don't know. We'll just have to see how the weather plays out.
I hope you and the family have a chance to get together, man. And as you know, you got to enjoy the time you got with somebody because you never know. But I certainly hope, praying for you, William, praying for the family, and we appreciate you and know you're praying for us too. And hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year as well, sir.
All righty. Well, you guys take care, and I'll be in touch with you.
Yeah, we missed you on the morning show. We don't know what happened to. Bill told me that I offended you and said something I shouldn't have said.
Nah.
I didn't know.
No, you kids are all right. I ain't got no problem with you kids, and I say you kids because my son's 33 years old and my daughter's 28. So I look at you guys like kids. Y'all didn't offend me.
That's good.
I just got busy, and I've been trying to help my uncle do things up here, and I went down to Miami once already and got some of his stuff and brought it up here for him, and just different things like that. I made the comment, I said, I bet I passed Darren Campbell a couple times because he's been a traveling man too, with him being the Sheriff Association for the state of North Carolina and representing all sheriffs and everything. He's staying busy as well, So.
He's always on the road.
No,
He's always, and thankfully, Chief Deputy Hamby's holding it down there. Captain Matt's been up there. They've been holding it down. But yeah, he's coming and going. I think he was in Idaho or Montana or Iowa. He was somewhere recently doing some big fancy thing. Yeah,
he's been down to the border a couple times and everything. And kudos to him and his crew last week for getting that big bust. That was huge.
It's good to have good leadership.
Yeah, it is. And I'm glad he's out there beating the bushes because I told him, I said, we just feel safer knowing that you guys are out there. It's not just, Roscoe Pico train type stuff where they're sitting behind a tree somewhere trying to bust somebody with a speeding ticket or something. It's more than that.
Let me ask your opinion on something, William. In this, in the short term, it doesn't move mountains as far as real estate goes, but it kind of goes more toward the business and life factor and quality of life. What's up with the Republican Party? Is everybody abandoning ship and retiring? So the Republicans got to rebuild the whole team, or what's going on there? Is that just perception right now? What's going on?
Changing. I think the party's changing, and I think Donald Trump might have a part of changing it. In my opinion, I think Donald Trump is more independent than he might be titled as the Republican Party, but I think he's more independent than he is Republican. The Democrat and the Republican parties have changed. They're not, either one of those parties today is not the parties they were 30, 40, 60 years ago. They're just not.
Heck, even 100 and 150 years ago, think about Lincoln. Lincoln was a Republican.
Well, it's just that, they've gotten caught up in themselves. And what they need to realize, in my opinion, is that we put them up there and they're working for us. And I think a lot of them have lost sight of that. And because I don't know if there's something in the water up there in Washington, D.C., they drink it and then they just think that they're high celebrities or what the deal is, but they need to They need to get back grounded, and they need to look at themselves in the mirror and check themselves. And I think there's too many of them that have just gotten too big for their britches.
Too many insurrections happening in one place. That's what's going on up there in Washington that we need to figure it out.
Yeah. But anyway, that was good for the Panthers yesterday winning. It's always good when we can beat Atlanta because they've always been our rival.
Packed house, too.
So
Packed house, William. What'd you think of that? The attendance was just astronomical, set a new record.
I mean, it's looking good, and who knows, maybe the interim coach that they have in place now, maybe he'll become the coach.
I don't even know who it is, William. Let's hope. Let's hope because he's winning. He's got a better record than Frank Wright does on the year, I think.
Well, yeah, that's true. I don't know what happened with Frank. He just wasn't in it. You could tell he just wasn't there. It's like he didn't want to be there.
Tough year. He must not have had ADT. I think he had CPI. He didn't have ADT. You know, that commercial that gets played sometimes.
Him and the quarterback just weren't corresponding, and him and the owner just, I don't know. His heart wasn't in it.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It's a game, though. I think we need to get back to remembering it's a game.
Well, that's true. And have fun. Have fun. You know, and I think that there again in sports, you know, it's politics has gotten into the game of it, and we need to take that out of it because it's at the end of the day, it's just a game, and if you can't get out there and have fun, then what's the point in getting out there and doing it?
You know, I've hated on baseball for a long time, William. Maybe that was wrong of me. Maybe baseball's got it figured out. Shohei Ohtani, allegedly the #1 player in the world, $700 million contract. What do you think about that?
That's crazy, isn't it?
I'm in the wrong profession, William.
It's just so much money has gotten in it, and where the money's at is an advertisement, believe it or not. It's just there's huge money in advertisement. And think about it, when you watch a ball game's what, you know, it's an hour-long game, and they're playing, you know, for an hour, but the game on television goes for over 3 hours. Some of them do.
That's William. You are singing to the choir on my exact beef with baseball. How much standing around can you do in one day?
It was weird. The first time I went to go see the Panthers play, it was like, you know, I went down there with my father before he got sick and everything, and it was weird to watch them all stand around in between scrimmages. And I'm like, are they not going to go back to the huddle? They're selling Toyotas right now, son.
That's a good way to think about it.
It's weird, though, you know, when you're down there watching them like that, and they just all standing around talking to one another, and that's what it is. They're on a commercial break.
That's right. Well, speaking of, we got to take that break too, William. We appreciate you, though. Appreciate all that you do.
Go pay some bills.
That's right.
Go
yes,
pay
sir.
some bills. Appreciate it.
All right.
Y'all have a Merry Christmas.
You
okay?
too. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. William coming through with the wisdom. That's what I needed on this Monday. Get some pep in your step as you work your way to Friday. You need another pep in your step? WSICnews.com/holiday. You sign up. We're giving away gifts all week long as part of 12 Days of Christmas on Good Morning LKN. Airs 7 to 9 a.m. Check it out. We're giving away tomorrow. We got a Ninja blender we're giving away, plus a special announcement. A special announcement from WSIC tomorrow as we give away the Ninja blender. That happens at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. WSICnews.com/holiday. That's where you sign up. And it's nice how the song is ending as we're going to break. That's actually really perfect. WSICnews.com. That's where you go to sign up. We'll be right back. More real estate.
Return after this short break on the new 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Senator Tom Tillis is harnessing the power of clean energy to create a stronger America. Building a clean energy economy will create high-wage American manufacturing jobs and expand opportunities for hardworking families to thrive and prosper. Investing in clean energy innovation will strengthen our electric grid and make it more resilient against natural disasters and foreign hackers. Senator Tom Tillis understands that clean energy is vital to America's economic and national security. To become energy independent, America needs an all-of-the-above energy strategy. Wind, solar, and homegrown biofuels can help break our dependence on foreign energy, create a booming economy, and protect our environment for generations to come. America can lead the world in clean energy innovation. Call 202-224-3121 Thanks Senator Tom Tillis for building America's clean energy economy. Paid for by Americans for a balanced budget.
And now look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Sunny skies today, highs near 53 degrees. Wind gusts hanging around all day, 25 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies with lows around 25 degrees. Still windy overnight, 30 miles per hour wind gusts. And your Tuesday, sunny skies, highs near 43. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Ckezepis, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppable bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. Get 6 times longer lasting freshness plus odor protection with Downy Unstoppables in wash scent beads.
Don't miss out on new deals every day at Lowe's. Right now, get can't-miss deals on appliances. Get up to 30% off, plus save up to an extra $750 on select major appliances. And buy now, pay later with Lowe's Pay to help balance your budget. Because Lowe's knows deals every day. Valid for 12/20. Appliance savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Subject to credit approval.
Out now, brown cow.
It's today's Real Talk.
Today's Real Talk, where the smooth jams come and the prices keep going up. It's up only in this market. Maybe that voice plays. That might be the... I bought a house for less, but this Christmas it's more expensive to buy in the market. It's up only. Maybe. A Christmas Story house is sold in 2004, and I'm talking about the movie A Christmas Story, by the way. The house allegedly sold on eBay for $150,000 in 2004. Talk about being down bad. I would expect more than that for that house. I mean, given that it's on 24 hours a day, at least once a year, seems like it's got some nostalgia. But it seemed like from an investor perspective, it came down to what someone could actually make off of it. Because supposedly you can stay. A Christmas Story experience. You can stay overnight in the upstairs loft. Sounds like kind of tight, quarters just up in the upstairs loft. They're really limiting you there. You can go to achristmasstoryhouse.com because you can tour it and see it. So achristmasstoryhouse.com. General admission just to get into the house, walk around, have a good time, take a look-see-loo. No doubt the lamp will be in the window. $18. $18 general admission. So why was this going on before 2004, or was 2004 when that sale happened, then all of a sudden this became like the idea? $150, you pay $150 for it, you run it like a business, $2,000 if you want to stay in the loft on Christmas. If you want to stay on Christmas Eve night, on to Christmas Day, $2,000 to stay in the loft in the house from A Christmas Story. $395 average rate throughout the year for a stay. It's a moneymaker. It's not bad. It's not too bad. let's see, Miracle on 34th Street, which is, let's see here. The exterior of the house using the 1994 remake of the Christmas sold for cool $2.4 million in 2016. $2.4 million, Miracle on 34th Street house. The Home Alone house did sell recently. I believe it was 2.4 million, give or take. I think was kind of the ballpark there when it is for sale right now on Zillow, maybe 2.4 million. It's in Illinois. It's near Chicago, if I remember correctly, where the house is at. 16 miles outside the city, 2.4 million, give or take. Hey, that's not is that terrible? I mean, how's the neighborhood? Is it someone broke into the house? Oh my gosh. I'm learning right now actively as part of this conversation right now. Oh, in the movie. See, producer Bill is in my ear right now. Bill the Buffer, he's making jokes. Okay, yeah. It's a crime-ridden neighborhood. It's a crime-ridden neighborhood. The neighborhood from Home Alone. Can you believe this? In Illinois, of course. Crime-ridden, people breaking into this house. A national treasure. Sheesh. Some people just don't even understand. But it is probably worth $2.4 million being in Chicago. I mean, 16 miles outside of Chicago, but still, it's the same thing. That's like Lake Norman to Charlotte, give or take. A stone's throw, if you would. I found some other prices of houses. The problem is it's on the UK finance site for Yahoo, so it's all in euros. If anybody's got a converter here, estimated the apartment in Elf, Buddy the Elf with Will Ferrell, the apartment estimated 1.3 million euros. Figure that conversion. What is that? Making that up off the top of my head, 1.8 million, give or take? That'd be my guess. Don't know. Making it up as we go. And then, so the average price here, compare 1.4. Oh, yeah, because it would go less. It wouldn't be more. The dollar isn't worth more. Wait, is the dollar worth more than the euro now? Yeah, we are. Wow, I forgot Europe's really fallen. Rome has fallen. I forget. Do we even think about that on a daily basis? Is that relevant to us? Like, unless you're a frequent traveler to the airport and having to convert currency, what does it matter what the euro is to me right now? Obviously, look, okay. Supply and economic professors, don't be calling in telling me, well, the shipping process and the supply and the receiving and the imports and the exports. I understand. But none of that excites me. What excites me is seeing the global military power of the United States. No. Do we need more military power? Military affects real estate. It's a big factor on real estate. We have a base here in North Carolina. It's not Fort Bragg anymore. Isn't it like Fort Patriot? Fort Bragg changed its name. Let's see. This is where I'm going to get yelled at by the Purple Heart Homes guys. Putting the pieces back together. Their show airs on Thursday. I'm going to get yelled at. I already know I'm going to. Fort Liberty. Fort Liberty is what it is. Brad Border's going to call me. I can already feel it. Fort Liberty now. Military changes the game in real estate. So the future. Is there going to be a military presence in the Middle East? Don't know. Seen that on my Twitter timeline a couple times. My X timeline. Are we ever going to adopt the name X on the platform? Like, is the society ever going to actually accept that? Doesn't feel like it right now. Everybody I hear still calls it Twitter, now known as X. It's like we have to clarify it. So the cost of the homes continue to go up in the local market. They seem to continue to go up in some markets. Some markets are going down. There are definitely some that are. Some would surprise you. Like if I threw out the state of Texas and told you that some pricing is going down in the state of Texas, but it's not going down because there's not demand. It's because their supply, right, is moving ahead of the demand. They're building so much. They're going out farther, right? They have so many square miles to develop that it's at a point where, okay, we've got people moving here, but there's enough projects going in, there's enough infrastructure going in a square mile basis that people are, have enough supply. And so actually some of the pricing is going down. I'm not saying it's cheap to move to Texas. Look, they do things big in Texas, and that's even their prices. But places like North Carolina, where supply is extremely limited, there's some projects that are going to be coming out that are working their way through the process in the local municipalities. You got a few. I'm still waiting on Mills Market. That one's going to come out of the dirt before we know it in downtown Cornelius. You've got some projects going on through Mooresville right now. You've got plenty of projects that throughout all the municipalities have been approved previously. and shovels haven't even started moving in the ground right now. Orange cones continue to arrive. We've got road windings happening. Shout out to everybody in Huntersville on exit 23 on Gilead Road. That's an exciting time right there. Everybody on in Statesville, that's 77 and I-40 connector. It's looking nice. I like it. It looks like it can handle growth. Whether or not from an actual technical engineering perspective it does, I don't know, but it looks like it. It looks pretty big. It looks pretty exciting. And when we see the orange cones, it's good, but we're going to have some pain. Highway 150, Highway 73, congratulations. At some point, you will have orange cones on you as part of the whiting. We've got Hope on the phone asking a question about houses. What's going on, Hope?
Well, hey, first of all, another good one on William there. He's such a good dude. I've got some Rosa Sharon for him when he's ready to plant that tree line. But anyway, listen, in California, because you were gone before this, well, actually, you left right around then. In the 90s, it was hip to have, like, the older style home. Like, if you had, like, it was just a big deal if you could get one that was built a long time ago there, because there wasn't as many. Out here, there's more than there would be in California, but I want to know if there is a niche going on for people who want, like, original built homes.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Because I'm the third owner, and mine's built in '38, and it's so original with a capital O. It still has the isomatic in the washer in the wood room when they crush the ice.
How's the outlets? Do you have any three-prong outlets there in the house?
No, but I've put, or I use the little converters,
Oh, a little conversion action.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's what you have to do. You
adapter.
have to work with the little adapters, and you find the little nuances. I think people are accepting of older homes. To seek them out, though, man, you got to really want that ride, Hope. You really got to want that historic house if you're going for it. If you get into true historic, you can run into some issues, particularly if it comes to repairs and things you got to do if your house is deemed historic, because unfortunately, when you deem it historic, while it's nice from a nostalgia perspective, that's more people telling you what you can do with your property, and that's where it can get sticky, unfortunately. Is yours deemed historic?
Like full on. No, I suppose I could. I don't know. I'm not talking just full on historic, because that's for the rich people to buy, but someone who wants to get in on that style that can still afford it, And there's a plus to these older houses, though, man. Yeah, okay, some of the stuff is out of date and you can't find the parts, but when you have parts and it's within the standard, the workmanship you're going behind is so much better. I mean, I can actually do stuff in this house sometimes, where I wouldn't have been. I don't know how to explain it. It's just so well done that you can really see what to do to make it better sometimes.
You definitely have to compromise when it comes to price right now in the marketplace. Let me ask you, Hope, would you compromise on age of the home or location first? Which would you compromise first?
Condition, because I'm the third owner, and the second owner was a guitar player, and he just did his thing because it was still holding, and I'm the person that should have been the dude that was a construction worker, and this house would be pristine. But I've kind of had my ups and downs, and I know a little bit, but I'm more sell construction than I ever did construction, and it's a stick built, it's an original mill home, and I was just curious if there was a way to say I don't want to be that $40,000 tax value buy when someone buys from me. I want to get some money out of it, is my point, if I ever do sell. I like it. I love the house. I couldn't ask for a better place to be, and luckily I'm only the third owner, so there's not a bunch of energy built up in it.
There you go. We got to go to break, Hope. We appreciate you calling.
I got you. I'll get to you sometime.
And we can't forget about the last few Panthers games of the season. See you in 2024. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and cheers to the new year from all of us at WSIC. Celebrate Kane Center for the Arts' first anniversary gala, along with Broadway star Mandy Gonzalez. Dinner and a show, January 6th at Kane Center for the Arts. You may remember Mandy Gonzalez from her roles in Hamilton and Wicked. This is a black tie optional celebration. All-inclusive tickets include dinner and the show. Happy anniversary, Kane Center. Visit kanearts.org. That's CAINarts.org. Want to see more than 5 million Christmas lights at one time? Speedway Christmas is back. Happening daily, the amazing Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway is happening now through January 7th. The show is open 6 to 10 p.m., rain or shine. The infield Christmas Village is open Thursday through Sunday nights. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway, now through January 7th. For tickets, visit charlottemotorspeedway.com. Santa is here. Schedule your time to take pictures between now and Christmas Eve in Birkdale. Appointments include time with Santa and 8 digital images from the professional photographer. For more info and to schedule your time with Santa, visit birkdalevillage.com. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
And now look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Sunny skies today, highs near 53 degrees. Wind gusts hanging around all day, 25 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies with lows around 25 degrees. Still windy overnight, 30 miles per hour wind gusts. And your Tuesday, sunny skies, highs near 43. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Americans love using their credit cards because they're secure and convenient. But politicians in D.C. are trying to pass a law that will jeopardize your credit card's data security and rewards benefits. Thankfully, Congressman Patrick McHenry is taking a stand and fighting back to oppose this law. Tell Congressman McHenry thank you for protecting our data security and opposing...
Remember the reason for the season. And thanks for listening to WSIC.
Call now to speak with Justin at 844-STUDIO-4. It's today's Real Talk on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Sleigh bells ring, are they whistling? Just kidding. Oh, give me the switch up on it. Okay, I asked for it. Today's Real Talk, the show focused on all things North Carolina. Real estate, business, and life. What did I say? North Carolina real estate, business, and life. Sorry, I was thrown off there by the different music that you got me going on. But I'm grateful. Holiday season. Have you finished your holiday shopping? Are you contributing to the continued rent progression of local retail establishments by buying gifts? Yes, you are. Did you know that some retail leases contain a clause that the rent is also to include a percentage of sales? That is not an uncommon metric utilized in rents, a Santa clause within the contract. Something that you certainly can differentiate and use as a negotiating tool. It happens. Retail establishments, it's not uncommon. You got a base rent, you got like a TICAM fee. It's commonly what it's called, basically insurance and taxes and amortization and basically your fair share of the cost to maintain the complex if you're in a complex with more than one unit that you don't own. And then you've got a percentage of the retail sales. Got to provide them reports. Cash business, better provide them reports. I mean, I don't know how they do it. I'm not encouraging you to do nothing. I'm not saying that. You don't want to do that. Some places you can't help. Hey, I saw a line out the door. Yeah, I know. Nobody bought anything. Just came on through. Crazy world we live in these days. Everyone's looky-loos. Bunch of looky-loos shoppers coming around here. You won't find anybody spending any money around here. That's what you can see when you got the line outside. Is that what happened at Apple? Did that happen at the Apple store in Birkdale? Was the line out the door? Did anybody pitch tent this year? Or did we miss the mark? We were too late for the store opening as compared to the release of, what is it, the iPhone 26? Something like that. The new iOS 26 on the iPhone 17? I'm getting closer. I'm definitely getting closer. That's what they do. You would think they'd line up the iOS with the phone number. Did they do that? Are we ahead? We're on like iOS 17. I think it's phone 15, if I'm getting accurate with it. I think they really messed up on that. I think it really throws off the value of the phone when the numbers don't match. Why can't I be on the operating system that matches my phone? Just seems like it would be an easy way to do things. Not sure what that has to do with real estate, except for the fact that Apple also has a data center in Catawba. Did you know that? That Apple actually has a center in Catawba. It's some Apple level facility in Catawba County. Don't try finding it. Don't try driving down their driveway. There might be people with armed AK-47s. I don't know. I'm just saying that there is an Apple facility in Catawba County that I've heard of. Haven't seen it. I've heard of it from multiple sources. Can't confirm with my own eyes right now. Just saying it exists. It's worth a looky, Lou. Why is Apple in Catawba County? What is going on in Catawba County that we need to know about? Have you driven Highway 16 recently? That's nice. Highway 16 going all the way north to Newton. It's real nice. Infrastructure continues to be a big play. We're going to see that line up next year with the electeds. You've got Republicans coming in and out. You got new Republicans coming. Look at this. I told you, Apple Data Center. I even said that. Wow, made in North Carolina. Apple investing this was in 2021, $448 million in Catawba County. That's part of an expansion. I told you, man. It's crazy, isn't it? Apple in Catawba County, been here the whole time under our noses. We didn't even know it. They've been utilizing your geolocation because they're just a stone's throw away. They know exactly where you're at. And now they can just sell it to your retail style in the same Lake Norman vicinity. What's the effect of Apple in the local community? Do we think the value goes up or down? Because there's two sides to the coin. I'll be fair. I will be fair. That is an interesting picture for the Apple data center in Maiden, North Carolina. If you just Google that, we'll ask some questions about that one. But it's worth a look. It's like a double-wide trailer. This is where the Apple data center is if you look at Google Maps. I told you, it's like a secret facility. Don't be trying to drive down the driveway. I'm just letting you know. That's a $500 million facility right there. And you know what? It's all underground. It's all underground. That's what they don't want to tell you. They had to do it because of all of the, look at this. In 2022, construction has started on the $1 billion Apple data center in Maiden. That was in April of 2022. I'm just giving you the facts. You decide. So what's the net effect of Apple? Does the retail season matter with a store like Apple, or will Apple just carry such a name weight that you can always have people coming to you purely because of Apple? Have you ever gone through the process of going to an Apple store when you've had a broken phone, if you've had a broken iPhone? One, I think it's impressive if you've never had a broken iPhone or any type of Apple gadget that needs to be looked at by someone at the Genius Bar. Do they still call it the Genius Bar? Doesn't that seem rather discriminatory? Calling it just their people are geniuses and nobody else is? Doesn't seem right. I've got questions about that too. You can go to the Apple store and, oh, sure. I mean, I'm sure the data says in other markets that, hey, it's going to go up. But what do we think it's going to be in Huntersville? Let's take Huntersville as an example, particularly that there is no parking at Birkdale. Parking is gone. The only way parking will ever come back is to go vertical on the decks. That's the only way you're going to get any level of parking back at Birkdale is if you go vertical on the decks. But that comes with a cost because decks don't make money. There's no revenue in parking decks. I'm saying the construction company makes revenue. Birkdale will make no more money because if they add decks. They will not make any more dollars. You could charge. Okay, you could charge, but you're not going to make the money back like you could. Here's the carrot at the end of the stick that they want. They want a hotel, and they want office space. You think Barnes & Noble is going to stay at only, 1-2 stories? No. You better give them 6. Give them 6 stories, and then you'll get your parking decks. And I'm making that statement with no authority whatsoever, by the way, right now. This is completely made up. You cannot rely on this. I'm just negotiating in public. That's what I'm doing. Because it's going to come back, right? Like, do you remember when Birkdale came before, North American Properties came before Huntersville? It was a spectacle. People were not happy. I'm pretty sure someone brought a pitchfork. I'd put about a 78% bet on it. Somebody brought a pitchfork to the actual town board meeting. And so they'll come back. They're going to come back. Will we give them parking? And we, as if I don't even live in Huntersville. So it doesn't matter to me. I have no authority whatsoever. I'm not even a constituent to vote anybody out. But what do you care about? Do you care about the parking, or do you care about the potential look from the street of 6 stories? I question even if you really would see it. Have you seen the construction of Birkdale Landing right there on 73? You know, they're going to have Lindholm Drive. If you think about the roundabout, if you take that exit out, not Birkdale Common Parkway toward Birkdale, the neighborhood, but Lindholm Drive going back towards 73, it's going to cut straight across 73. Like that light right there, and they're connecting the street. You're going to basically drive onto the Birkdale driving range. If you know where the old Birkdale driving range is, you're going to just drive straight onto it. And that's going to be part of the, continued infrastructure improvement there. When you drive down 73, just think to yourself the next time, do me a favor. Do me this one favor. Next time you're driving down Highway 73, just turn your head and think, okay, if this thing was taller, would it impede my view? Would it be the most terrible thing in the world if Birkdale got a little bit taller? Think about the angles, the tree line, and do it genuinely. And if you really believe it would, okay. I think you'll be surprised at the outcome. When you're driving down Highway 73, see how you feel about Birkdale if it was taller. How would you feel about it? I don't think it would be too bad. You know what's not too bad at all? 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. That's what it's really about around here. It's the time for giving. So we're trying to teach our children. That's what we want a society to believe in. It's better to give than to receive. Well, WSIC is giving stuff away every day. WSIC's 12 Days of Christmas, WSICnews.com/holiday. You go there, you sign up. It's free. You sign up. We're drawing winners every morning on Good Morning LKN. That's 7 to 9 a.m., Monday through Friday. The drawing happens at 8 o'clock. You want to know who won in the spot on the moment? And if you signed up and your phone happens to ring at about 8 o'clock in the morning with an 844 number, no, it's not a telemarketer from just across the pond. It's your friendly neighborhood radio station. Ready to, I'm just going to try to do like a Peter Parker thing. They're like ready to bite you like a spider. I don't know how that would work, though. You probably don't want to tell people you're giving out spider bites for free. Things get weird. Things change. People get confused. It's Monday. What are you really going to do about it? What are you doing for the weekend? Think about when you're out, when you're sitting out. Do you want a patio setting outside? Like, is the weather still warm enough for that? Or do you need to be inside? Gets tight. Gets tight these times. When you got that small square footage type of a restaurant, and you got, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm coming through. That's my bad. No, she's bringing the water. She's bringing the water through. That's what happens sometimes at the restaurantes. Thinking about square footage. We're going to have to go vertical at some point. I'm making that hot take right now for the Lake Norman community. We are going to have to go vertical at some point. Are we okay with that? Because if you don't go vertical, if you don't increase supply, pricing will just continue to go up. It's hard to see demand going away. There's a lot of leadership in our area. There's a lot of smart people in our area making some good decisions at multiple levels. Local, state, federal. It's bound to happen. You don't spend $1 billion on a railroad from Raleigh to Richmond to think that population is not going to continue to grow throughout the entire state. Charlotte to Atlanta. Wow. We'll see you next year? Gosh, that's right, because WSIC is playing Christmas music all week next week. Enjoy the time with the loved ones. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year!